Google Plus is something that's changing the way people search for and find things online today. It represents a major shift in SEO. Does everyone know what Google Plus is? Does anyone not know what Google Plus is? Okay, so a couple of you, okay. So we're going to talk about what Google Plus is, how you use Google Plus, how you can use it for business. We'll talk a little bit about the history of Google Plus and some of the definitions, so you kind of have some of the terminology that you'll hear, some references for that. And then talk about how it's changing search and how, as a business, there's things you can do today that are going to help you down the road and actually help you immediately too, with some of the things Google's doing. Okay, so we'll get started here. Might jump around a little bit here, but so that's what we're going to kind of cover. Is that high enough for everyone? Can anyone see that? Okay. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about setting up a profile. We're going to get into some specifics of the mechanics of how it works and everything, and we're going to talk just in the first part, kind of an overview of everything. So we're going to show you how to set up a profile, how to create a business page, how to find prospects. That's one of the big things. People can get on there and they can sign up for Google Plus, but how do you find people that are potentially your customers? We're going to talk about how you can link Google Plus posts that will go right to your Facebook page or right to your Twitter feed. And then we're going to talk about importing contacts. Google does a pretty good job of understanding who you associate with. Facebook certainly knows that, right? You've got friends and everyone's sort of connected. And same thing with Google. If you use Gmail, anytime you send an email to someone, if they have a Gmail account, Google knows you guys are connected. So when you start to set up a profile, Google will pull everyone that they think you're associated with in and say, hey, do you know this person? Do you want to add this person, right? They're making it really easy for you to add people to start interacting with people. Okay. So what Google Plus is, it's very similar to Facebook. It's Google's answer to Facebook. Facebook knows what you want because they know everything you like. They know all the people you like and your interests and all that stuff. That's not something Google really has had. Google knows what you want right now because you sit down, you type in Mexican food restaurant in Gilbert. Well, now they know you like Mexican food restaurants in Gilbert right now, right? You don't go to Facebook to type in Mexican food restaurants in Gilbert. You're searching for something. So Google and Facebook are different in that Facebook really isn't a search engine, but they're completely social. Google, on the other hand, was all search, not a whole lot of social. And now this is Google's way of sort of integrating social into search. And it's changing things dramatically. So should you ignore Google Plus? Well, absolutely not, because it's definitely going to affect you as a business owner going forward, and how people find your business online is going to be affected dramatically by Google Plus, and we'll see some of that. Okay, so again, Google Plus is effectively Google's answer to Facebook. It allows you to share your thoughts and links and photos in a personal way. It doesn't just have to be used for business. In fact, we're going to talk a little bit about how when Google Plus first came out, they were very anti-business. They didn't want businesses in Google Plus. They wanted it to be purely personal, purely social. They didn't want any business stuff in there at all. Okay? It allows for video chat and streaming video. We'll talk about one of the things they have. It's called a Hangout, which is really cool. I just did a Hangout with a buddy of mine in Michigan, and it's basically video chat. So you can click a button, set up a Hangout, invite your friends. They can click a button, and suddenly you're video chatting with each other right there on the screen. And Google has some other little features. You can put yourself, you can give yourself a mustache, you can give yourself a pirate hat and stuff like that. It actually moves with you, so it's kind of cool. It's kind of fun. And just like Facebook, they have games and all this other stuff, which I've never actually understood. My mom does this Farmville thing. Does anyone else do Farmville? Okay, my mom's got like a stable and horses and like all this property on Facebook. I have no idea what it means, but it seems like a waste of time to me, but okay. Here's the big difference between Facebook and Google. Google Plus. The thing I don't like about Facebook is, so I've got all these fans and family and friends and business associates and all these people sort of connect with me on Facebook. And let's say I go out with my poker buddies and one of my buddies gets too drunk and he falls down and it's a big thing. And then I go on Facebook and say, man, you were so wasted the other night, blah, blah. And my grandma reads it, right? I don't want everyone to see everything I have to say all the time, okay? So Facebook doesn't make it easy to sort of segment your message to different people. That's where Google Plus has a big advantage. Have you guys seen the commercial where there's a girl and it's just her screen, but you can tell it's like she goes out with some friends, and then she has like a maybe, and she takes this guy and puts him in a maybe circle, and then they go like to the river or something, and then she moves him over into, you know, Mr. Right maybe or something. She's kind of moving them around in these circles until finally they get married, right? So what it does is it allows you to segment your people that you associate with into what are called circles. And you can send messages to specific circles. So if I want to send messages to my poker buddies, I can send it just to them, okay? Not everyone will see it. In fact, Google Plus gives you a lot of control over who's going to see what regarding your profile, regarding the posts that you make and things like that. You can really customize and drill down into what you want people to see and what you don't. You can send messages to specific people. Like in this example, you could send a message just to people on your dad's side of your family. Okay, Facebook doesn't really allow for that, not very easily, and so it's difficult. So what this does is it allows you to see just the messages you want. It allows you to receive just the messages you want. It allows you to segment your associated people you know, like, and trust, family and friends, into different circles. Okay. Okay, so again, Google Plus for Business, same type of thing for Facebook. Facebook has fan pages, and it's just a place to post interesting information, you know, useful articles, things like that. A way for you to gently promote your products and services. Facebook really isn't made for promoting your business, okay? Facebook is purely social. Google Plus has some things you can do to promote your business, but again, it's still about connecting with your prospects and your customers in a personal way. So it's not just about selling. There are ways to measure your results on Google Plus. And here's the biggest part about Google Plus, and here's how it's changing search. First of all, it's called Search Plus Your World. Okay, and what Google's doing is they are personalizing your search results based on who you know, like, and trust. Okay, so Richard and I are connected on Google Plus, and Richard goes out to Divine, likes the restaurant, has a great meal, and does a Google Plus One on their website. Okay, so he's plus one'd it, which is just like Facebook liking, right? He just liked their website. So now I go out and I go and look for a wine bar in Chandler or something, and what shows up on my screen is Divine, and right underneath it, it says Richard likes Divine. How powerful is that? That's social proof right there on the page, telling me people you know, like, and trust like this restaurant. Okay. That's not going to happen when Amy goes on there because she hasn't plus one, or she's not connected with Richard yet, right? So her results are going to look different. Your results are going to look different. Everyone's results are going to be completely different. They're all going to be personalized through who you know, like, and trust. If you think about it, Google's main goal is to provide the most relevant, useful results, right? What better way than to filter everything you do through people you know, like, and trust, right? That's not something Facebook can do. That's why it's going to majorly change search. It's changing search engine optimization as we know it. It's very much incorporating a social element into the algorithm. And so going forward, this is going to become even more and more important. For people that don't get involved in this, they're going to be behind the 8-ball. Okay. The other thing is your Google Plus profile. This is an example of my Google Plus profile showing up in search. Okay. There's a way, if you become sort of known in your niche as being an authority, that when people do a search for a related keyword, your Google Plus profile could come up. Okay, and then someone clicks on you, reads all about you, what you're into, looks at your website, and they start to research a little bit about you, which, by the way, almost every one of your customers is doing. They're either going to your website, even if they've done business with you, they're going to your website, or they're searching for your name to see who you are. You know, what is it about you? What types of things have you done? What content out there is yours? Things like that. People are searching for other people's name just as sort of even a background check before they do business with someone. Not only does the Google Plus profile show up in search, but what equates to a business fan page on Facebook can show up in search as well. Your business page in Google Plus can be indexed as a separate page all by itself. So this is very powerful. As more people get into Google Plus, this is going to become a major part of ranking and coming up high in search and getting business online. It's going to be all integrated with social. So a little bit of a background about Google Plus. Google Plus started in July of last year, and initially it was invite only. You had to be invited or by Google or invited by someone. So I got on there, and Google had just come out with this thing called Buzz before that. I don't know if any of you remember Buzz, but Buzz failed miserably. And it was, again, Google trying to compete with Facebook. In September, they opened up Google Plus to everybody, and it rapidly grew. Part of it is because they're forcing you to upgrade. If you want to post a YouTube video, you have to be a Google Plus member. You have to be involved in Google Plus. If you want to leave a review for a business online, got to have a Google Plus account, right? So anything you do, if you're using Google, you have to have pretty much have to have a Google Plus account at this point. I have an old account I logged into last night to look at some stuff, and it wouldn't even let me go any further until I upgraded to Google Plus. Okay. As a result, well, first they were very anti-business in this early period. They did not want businesses on Google Plus at all. In fact, they were banning businesses for signing up at Google Plus. Sesame Street was banned by Google. They banned them. Sesame Street set up a simple fan page on Google Plus, and boom, their account was banned permanently. Okay. Then in November, a couple months later, they realized their mistake and they created Google Plus for Business. And that one's very pro-business. Lots of different tools for businesses to utilize to start communicating with their customers and prospects and things. There are some differences between Google Plus and Google Plus for Business. We'll talk a little bit about those differences. Okay. In January, they launched this personalized search results. Okay. And this was a major shift. By filtering everything that you see on your screen on Google through who you know, like, and trust, that represents a major shift, and nobody else can really do that except Google. Okay, and in this case, this personalized search results, these are on by default. So you may not even know it, but your results are going to be searched and filtered through who you know, like, and trust, and who you're associated with on Google. There is a way to turn it off. It's just a simple click of a button right in the browser, but most people don't even realize where it is. I'll show you where it's at here. So if I do a search for anything here, if I go, let's do I misspelled that, but that's okay. Right here's the button I wanted to show you. Right here, can you see where I'm removing that? See if I mouse over that, hide personal results or show personal results. That's the button right there, and it's automatically set to show personal results. So most people don't even know what those buttons are or do. You don't even really look at those, but that's how you're going to be able to shut it off. Now, one thing is, even if you shut off personalized results, the Google Plus profiles, the Google Plus business profiles, and those will still show up in search, whether you're logged into Google or not, whether you're a Google Plus member or not. They still will be indexable pages that show up in your search results. Okay. Let me go back here. Okay, so I talked a little bit about this already, saying that so right there, it can't be disabled. It's going to be on. You're going to see people's profiles and business pages in Google Plus coming up, whether you're logged into Google or even have a Google Plus account. They're going to show up in search results. So as a business owner, it's important that you have these things. They're free to have, and they're very simple to set up. So just having it and optimizing and putting the right keywords in the right places can make a big difference. Who was it? Was it you that said you'd had something? Oh, it was Shanna. Yeah. What happened with you? You put.
I have no idea how it happened, but in the last 2 days I've gotten 3 phone calls that weren't people I knew in my office, and I asked them how they heard about me, and they said Google. And I don't even have I have a Google Plus account that I can't even access right now, so I'm doing nothing with it.
Right. So there's nothing been done. She has an account, and she's getting calls from Google or from customers finding her on Google. So I mean, that tells you right there, and she's doing nothing with it. She can't even log into her account right now because there's some problems. But I mean, if that doesn't say it, here's the thing. Google has a captured audience. It took Twitter and Facebook almost 3 years to reach the 20 million visitor mark, or 20 million user mark. It took Google 24 days. Right now, Facebook is at about 950 million people, 50 million users. Google right now is at about 120 to 140 million. They're estimating in the next 12 months that'll be 400 million. They're forcing people to upgrade. So that doesn't mean 400 million active users. It means 400 million users or people in Google+. Just like Facebook, half of those users probably, like me, don't log into Facebook very often. They're not really active users. But the fact that they've got this captured search audience and they've got anyone using any Google products or anything like that is going to have a Google+ account. So they're going to very rapidly catch up. And I don't know that it'll replace Facebook. They kind of serve two different purposes. There's similarities, but they're not identical. And Facebook has its place. It's really more of a just strictly social network, whereas Google isn't integrating social into search. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, so this just talks about the growth of it. They're estimating by next year, actually, there'll be about 400 million users on Google+, which is a huge growth rate. So think about it. If Google has the chance or the opportunity in a search result to show a Twitter tweet or a Facebook post or a Google+ post, what are they going to show? It's Google. They're going to show a Google+ post, right? Assuming, of course, that it's relevant and all of that. They want to provide the most relevant result. But they're going to show their own properties first. That's how they make money. They're working for shareholders. They make money by advertising. They want to get their products and services out in front of everybody. And right now, there are benefits to signing up with Google+. Right now, it's kind of the Wild West. You can see what happened with Shanna. She just signed up and she's starting to get calls. Google is giving preference to people that are getting involved in this at the early stages. They are giving you better search result rankings for it. And there's some other benefits too, but there's not a lot you have to really do to take advantage of that. Again, all of it's free. It's really simple to set up. Okay. Okay, so what's in it for me? Some Google Love. Again, they give you better search results. Your results are being customized. So by you going out to your customers and clients and prospects and having them +1 your site, or give you +1s on your posts or things like that, what that's doing then is everything that they +1, all of their followers now, their results are going to be filtered through that person +1ing your site. You see? So think about it. If you had 100 people that had +1 your post or your website or your web page or something, and they have 100 people in their circles, that's what? I don't know, like 100, 10,000 people or something whose search results are affected by that happening. So it's in your best interest to not only get people to like your pages on Facebook, which is an important ranking algorithm factor as well, but also to be +1ing your pages. So integrating a Google +1 button on your site, really easy to do, really important. Okay. Lots of people are adopting Google+. In fact, right now, the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, what time is it? It's about 12:15? 25. Right now, they are involved in a Google Hangout. The Housing Urban Development Secretary and Zillow right now are doing a Hangout live right now. Started at 12:15. And what a Google Hangout, and again, is just video chat that anyone can join. Okay, you can do that streaming. We could actually be streaming this presentation out live to the world, and anyone in the world could log in and watch it, free, on Google. Okay. You could also do recordings. I could record this and then put it up on YouTube for people to watch later. All free, all on Google. Okay. The what? The time restraint? There is none on live streaming or on a Hangout. There's a Hangout that's been going since. Oh, yeah. Well, unless it's live and live streaming, I think it's 15 minutes on the length of a video. But if it's streaming, it can go on and on. There's a Google Hangout that's been going on since March of 2011 when it first came out in beta, and there's just been people in there the whole time. They just keep it going. So. The Hangouts are really cool, though. It's a lot of fun just to play around with it. But think about that. If you're, Shanna, if you've got 100 customers, and some of those are prospects, right? And you invite them all to hang out, and you get 30, 40 people to show up at a Hangout, you can sit there and give a little presentation and answer questions, ask questions of people. It's very interactive. Everyone can talk and ask questions and all that. So really powerful. There's also something called Google Events. This is something fairly new. I sent out to everyone that's on Google Plus with me, I sent out an event last night. Events are also something that's ranking in the search algorithm. So that event can actually show up in search results, right? So think about that. GSP has events all the time for networking. There's no other networking sort of entity out there that's taking advantage of some of this stuff. You start putting out, events and Hangouts and all this stuff, you're going to see dramatic results in the search engines. The other thing that Google Plus lets you do is there's something called the authorship program. And what the authorship program is Google's attempt to not only identify what you're doing from a search engine standpoint, like optimization and things like that, but they want to know who you are in search engine optimization. What kind of content do you put out? Who are you is what they're trying to identify. And the way they've done that is they allow you to connect your Google Plus profile to specific pieces of content online, whether it's a YouTube video or an article on an Easy Articles or a page of a website or a blog post. They allow you to attach your profile image to that piece of content. And the results are it shows up in search with your image next to it. Very powerful from a conversion standpoint. Some examples. Let's see, we talked about that. Here's an example. So, Becky Chuluka, right? But what I want to show you here is how powerful that is, because if we go to Google and we look right here, we do a search for Gilbert Law Office, okay, and look at this page of results. Who stands out? Who would you click on?
The smiling one.
Right. Your eyes immediately go to the person that's got the image. Their first thing you look at is right there. She's the only person, the only lawyer on this page that has that. Almost nobody has this. None of your competitors probably have this going on for them. Okay, very powerful for plumbers, for attorneys. I've got another attorney that's doing this. Doug Rusk, who's an architect. He's a GSBM member as well. Let's see. We do a search for custom home architect Mesa, and there's Doug right at the top with his image showing. Okay, he's also in position 2 and position 3. But his image is showing right at the top. Hugely powerful for conversions. I talked to Doug yesterday. He's busier than he can be. The last 6 jobs he's had have come from Google. Okay, very powerful. I mean, if you're an architect, the search custom home architect Mesa, that's a really good search term to come up for, right? That fits your business perfectly. But Google is giving preference to Doug. In part because we're marketing a site, but also in part because he's attached his Google Plus profile as a contributor to his website. So his profile image could be attached to a YouTube video, to an article on a different blog, blogspot.com or something like that. And as he does that more and more, Google starts to know who he is. He becomes an authority in the architecture niche. And when someone does searches, his profile image can start showing up. Very powerful. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Let's go back to here. Okay. So what to do now? You want to set up your Google Plus profile. Very easy to do. You want to create a business page. Again, very easy to do. And there's some specific things we'll look at that you want to make sure you incorporate into some of the setup. You want to engage other Google Plus users. I'm going to give you some tips on how to do that, how to find people that are potentially your prospects in your area. You want to make sure that you're able to connect your Google Plus posts that automatically then go to Facebook and automatically go to Twitter. There's a way to do that. You want to import your contacts. Let's say you're using some mail program or something. Facebook, for example. You can import all of your Facebook contacts right into Google Plus. And what it'll do is actually send them an invitation. If they're not involved in Google Plus, it'll send them an invitation telling them you're inviting them to Google Plus. You want to encourage plus ones from your client. So you want to get this on your website. You want to have a Google Plus One button. Because again, that affects all of the people they know. It affects their search results. Okay?